Hello friends, again welcome to my channel. So today we are discussing about another important topic from the immunology, that is the granulocytic cells. Now these group of granulocytic cells, these are plays an important role within the innate immune responses within our body. Preferentially there are the three main types of these granulocytic cell. The first one it is the neutrophil, second one it is the basophil, and third one it is the eosinophil. Now, all of these cells, these are get categorized on the basis of their cellular morphology, that is their morphological characteristics and their staining properties. If we are considered about the properties of the neutrophilic cells, these neutrophilic cells, these are stained by both the acidic and basic type. So the name it is the neutral. So the name, these are the neutrophils, and these are having the multi-lobed nucleus. The second one, it is the basophil. Now these basophilic cells, these are having the bilobed nucleus, and these are stained by the basic dye, that is the methylene blue. So these are called as an basophils. The third one, it is the eosinophils. These eosinophils, these are stained by the acidic dye, that is the eosin red. So the name it is the eosinophils. Means on the basis of their cellular morphology and the staining properties, these are get categorized into these three different types. Now within these, the neutrophils and the eosinophils, both of the cells, these are phagocytic in nature, and the basophils, these are non-phagocytic in nature. Now here we are firstly discussing about the neutrophilic cells or the neutrophils. Now these are the phagocytic cells. These are phagocytic cells. Now in the previous lecture we are already discussing about what are the phagocytic cells and what is the process of phagocytosis. So both of these mechanism of phagocytosis, that is the oxygen dependent and oxygen independent, both of these mechanisms, these are also observed within these neutrophilic cells. Now these neutrophilic cells, these are also formed from the central process of the hematopoiesis within the bone marrow, and then through the bloodstream these are transferred within the peripheral blood circulation, and these are having the very less lifespan. Now during the infection, these are, or during the inflammation, these are the first cells which are reached at the site of infection. And whenever there is any type of the infection within our body, there is increase in the number of these neutrophilic cells. So whenever we are check our blood sample, and if there is the increased concentration of these neutrophilic cells, these are the indication of the infection. Means it is the clinical proof for the arrival of infection. And such a condition, whenever there is the increased number of these neutrophilic cells, it is called as the leukocytopenia, that is the increased concentration of neutrophilic cells. These are one type of the white blood cells, that is the WBCs. Now here we are considering about the structure of these neutrophilic cells. Here these neutrophilic cells, similar to that of the natural killer cells, these are having the pseudopodia for the movement, their movement to reach at the site of infection. That is, these are also showing the chemotactic movement or the chemotaxis. Chemotaxis, similar to that of the natural killer cells. Means from the site of infection, different types of the cytokines or the different chemicals, these are get secreted, and these secreted chemicals, these are attract these cells towards them, and with the help of pseudopodia, these are transferred towards that. Such type of the movement, due to the attraction towards the chemicals, it is called as the chemotaxis, and this type of the movement it is called as the chemotactic movement. With the help of this pseudopodia which are present, here it is the presence of multi-lobed nucleus which is present within this, and due to this multi-lobed nucleus, these neutrophilic cells, these are also called as the polymorphonuclear leukocyte or polymorphonuclear leukocyte, PMN, polymorphonuclear leukocytes, due to the presence of the multi-lobed nucleus within these neutrophilic cells. Now here two types of the granules, preferentially as the name granulocytic cells. So all of three types of the cells, these are rich within the cytoplasmic granules, and these cytoplasmic granules which are present within all of these three types of the cells, these are pharmacologically active granules. In case of these neutrophils, here there are the two different types of the granules, these are observed, that is the primary larger granules, that is the primary eosinophilic granules, and the secondary small secondary granules, these are present. Now within the primary granules, there is the most important component is the eosinophilic granules. These are preferentially present within these primary granules. And along with that, there is also presence of the phagosome and lysosome. Within the primary azurophilic granules, as these are having the larger size, these are containing the lysozyme and other different types of the hydrolytic enzymes within them. And both of these, that is the primary and the secondary granules, these are fuses with the phagosome to form the phagolysosome, because both of these are containing the lysozyme enzyme. Due to that, there is the fusion of these with the phagosome for their phagocytic activity or for the process of phagocytosis. So here it is the phagosome and the lysosome, and these primary and secondary granules, these are also fuses with the phagosome to form the phagolysosomes. Now, whenever there is the movement of these neutrophilic cells from the tissues, this such type of the movement, it is called as the extravasation. Extravasation. The movement of the neutrophilic cells within the tissues, it is called as the extravasation. And no doubt, as we have discussed earlier, these are the, whenever there is the increase in the concentration of neutrophilic cells, the bone marrow, these are at a higher rate, these are responsible for synthesizing and releasing the neutrophilic cells. And due to that, there is the increased concentration of these neutrophilic cells, and these are indicating the, it is the indication of infection. So it is the, now the second point about the neutrophils, it is these neutrophils, these are highly phagocytic in nature. These are having the more phagocytic activity than that of the natural killer cells. These are highly phagocytic in nature. Highly phagocytic in nature. And due to that, these are also showing the higher rate of the respiratory burst. That is the oxygen dependent killing of the ingested microorganism. So it is the information about the neutrophils. Now the second one, it is the basophils. Now these basophils, these are non-phagocytic. These are non-phagocytic cells. These are stained by the basic dye, that is the methylene blue. These are having the bilobed nucleus. No doubt, these are not the phagocytic activity. These are not showing any type of the phagocytic activity, but within that, as these are the granulocytic cells within the cytoplasm, these are rich within the cytoplasmic granules, which are pharmacologically active in nature. And preferentially, these are shows an activity within the parasitic infection. There is the role of these cells within the parasitic infections. Now the third type, it is the eosinophils. No doubt, these eosinophils, as these are stained by the eosin red. Now these are also the phagocytic in nature. These are phagocytic in nature. These are also having the bilobed nucleus, and as there is the presence of this phagocytic activity within these eosinophils, but it is the less phagocytic activity as compared to that of the neutrophilic cells, means these are less phagocytic in nature, but these are rich within the cytoplasmic granules. These are rich within the cytoplasmic granules. So within the different types of the bacterial infections, there is the role of these eosinophils and the different cytoplasmic granules which are secreted by these eosinophils. These are responsible for destructing the infecting microorganisms within our body. So it is the complete information about the different types of the granulocytic cells which are responsible for developing the different types of the innate immune responses, and these are firstly rich, that is the neutrophilic cells, these are firstly rich at the site of infection. So it is the structure and the function of these granulocytic cells. So if you like this video, please subscribe the channel and also share this video to your friends. Thank you.